I'm sure most of you have already heard about the Vikings and Falcons game, and how Joshua Dobbs came in and saved the day, ultimately leading the Vikings to a great comeback victory. And I mean it when I say great. The Vikings would actually get a safety during the second quarter. But how did Dobbs get here? Well, it all started when quarterback Kirk Cousins tore his right Achilles tendon last week. Jaren Hall would take over for him, but that left him without a backup, so they brought in Joshua Dobbs as an emergency quarterback. Which, it's a good thing they did, because Jaren Hall would suffer an injury during the first quarter of Sunday night's game. But let's start from the beginning. On May 22, 2017, the Pittsburgh Steelers signed Dobbs to a 4-year, $2.95 million contract with a signing bonus of $554,295. Dobbs was named the starter for the Steelers' preseason opener against the New York Giants, but after 2 starts and 4 appearances during the preseason, he would spend his entire rookie season behind incumbent starter Ben Roethlisberger and long-term backup Landry Jones. Dobbs would finally make his NFL regular season debut on October 7, 2018 in a 41-17 Steelers win against the Atlanta Falcons, which saw him on the final play of the game kneel the ball for a loss of 3 yards. Needless to say, he wasn't really doing big things. Then a month later on November 4, 2018, in a 23-16 Steelers Week 9 victory against the Baltimore Ravens, Dobbs completed a 22-yard pass to Juju Smith-Schuster after stepping in for Ben Roethlisberger, who got injured on the previous play. Then in Week 14 against the Oakland Raiders, he once again had to step in for Roethlisberger, who had suffered a rib injury. He finished 4 of 9 for 24 yards and 1 interception in the 24-21 loss. Overall in the 2018 season, he appeared in 5 games and went 6 of 12 for 43 yards and 1 interception. On September 9, 2019, Dobbs was traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars for a 5th-round pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. Dobbs was traded after Mason Rudolph won the backup job for the Steelers, and Jaguars quarterback Nick Foles sustained a broken clavicle during the season opener and was subsequently placed on injured reserve. Little side note, while he was in Jacksonville, he actually participated in an internship at NASA's Kennedy Space Center because he actually majored in aerospace engineering and had a 4.0 GPA. On September 5, 2020, he was waived by the Jaguars, and the very next day, on September 6th, his former team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, would claim him off waivers. Eventually, he would re-sign with the Steelers to a 1-year contract on April 19, 2021. Unfortunately, on August 31, 2021, he was placed on injured reserve. And that will bring us to April 9, 2022. Dobbs signed a 1-year, $1 million deal with the Cleveland Browns. Unfortunately, he was waived on November 28, 2022, after Deshaun Watson returned from suspension. Later that year, on December 5th, he was signed to the Detroit Lions practice squad, although it wasn't meant to be, and on December 21st, the Tennessee Titans signed him off of the Lions practice squad. Just 8 days later, on December 29th, with Ryan Tannehill out for the season with an injury, and rookie Malik Willis underperforming, Dobbs was named the starter for the Titans' Week 17 matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. On January 2nd, head coach Mike Vrabel announced that Dobbs would start the Week 18 matchup against Jacksonville. Needing a win to clinch the division, Dobbs completed 20 of 29 passes for 179 yards to go with a touchdown and an interception. Despite leading for most of the game, he was ultimately sacked from behind by Jaguars safety Rayshon Jenkins, fumbled the ball, and the Jaguars returned it 37 yards for a go-ahead touchdown with under 3 minutes to go, ultimately costing them a playoff spot. On March 23, 2023, Dobbs signed with the Cleveland Browns again, but then just a few months later on August 24th, he was traded to the Arizona Cardinals along with the 7th round pick in the 2024 draft for a 5th round pick in the 2024 draft. Dobbs entered the 2023 NFL season as the starting quarterback for the Cardinals, as Kyler Murray started the season on injured reserve. On September 24th, Dobbs would lead the Cardinals to their first win of the season in an upset over the Dallas Cowboys. At the time, the Cowboys were undefeated at 2-0. Dobbs started 8 games for the Cardinals before being traded to the Vikings midway through the season. On October 31st, 2023, Dobbs, along with the conditional 7th round pick, was traded to the Minnesota Vikings in exchange for a 6th round pick. And that brings us to the game that he just had. Dobbs became the first quarterback in NFL history with consecutive 3 touchdown games for different teams. It's pretty crazy that since 2022, he's played on 5 different teams. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and remember, if it's more interesting, you can find it here.